Marvel Comics.
Inuyasha, feudal combat.
When it comes to anime and gaming, there are a few rivalries as iconic as Inuyasha and Sesshomaru or Dante and Vergil. Interestingly enough, these characters have a lot in common. Both are sons of demon fathers. Both have at least one full-blooded or half-human hybrid. Both inherit powerful swords with unique supernatural abilities. Both spend years clashing with one another before eventually fighting side by side against greater threats. So naturally, one of the biggest crossover debates is who wins between these two. So I'm going to compare Inuyasha and Sesshomaru from Inuyasha versus Dante and Vergil from Devil May Cry, specifically Devil May Cry 3 and Devil May Cry 5, where the Sons of Sparta reached their peak, and that's pretty much what we know most about them. So let's break it down. So the Sons of the Great Dog General. We'll start with Inuyasha and Sesshomaru. Inuyasha is a half-dog demon born to the legendary Great Dog General. Because of his mixed heritage, he constantly struggles with belonging to either world because he's physically stronger than humans and he possesses enhanced senses, regeneration, incredible durability. His greatest strength comes from the legendary sword, the Tessaiga. Tessaiga isn't just a sword, it was a forged fang from his father and designed to protect humanity. Throughout the series, it evolves alongside Inuyasha, unlocking techniques such as the Wind Scar, Backlash Wave, Adamant Barrage, Red Tessaiga for breaking barriers, the Dragon Scale Tessaiga for absorbing demonic energy, and eventually the Mito Zangetsu, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Without Tessaiga, however, Inuyasha loses much of his versatility. While still powerful, many of his greatest attacks are directly tied to the sword rather than his own innate abilities, whereas Sesshomaru, on the other hand, represents the opposite. He's a pure-blooded demon, naturally gifted, calm, calculating, incredibly proud, and unlike Inuyasha, Sesshomaru doesn't rely on emotion. He spent centuries refining his combat abilities and possesses immense physical strength before wielding weapons. He even learns the Bakusaiga, arguably the most devastating weapon in the series. Unlike Tessaiga, the Bakusaiga doesn't simply cut an opponent. Once it lands a hit, destructive demonic energy spreads throughout the victim, continuing to destroy them even after the initial strike. And Sesshomaru also possesses Poison Claw, energy attacks, regeneration, his massive true dog demon transformation, and within the Inuyasha universe, Sesshomaru is arguably the pinnacle of demon power. But then we have Devil May Cry, the Sons of Sparta. Unlike Inuyasha, Dante and Vergil are also half demon and half human, Sesshomaru actually, but unlike Inuyasha, their demon heritage is only the beginning. Their father, Sparta, didn't simply protect humanity. He defeated the demon world's emperor and sealed the demon world itself and became one of the legendary beings in existence. That legacy carries into both sons. Dante is an unpredictable fighter. He combines master-level swordsmanship with firearms, acrobatics, martial arts, and multiple devil arms. He's famous for his cocky personality, but underneath the jokes is an absurdly skilled warrior capable of adapting to virtually any opponent, while Vergil is his complete opposite. He's cold, disciplined, precise. Everything Vergil does is efficient. His signature weapon, the Yamato, is one of the most dangerous swords in gaming. Rather than simply cutting flesh, the Yamato can slice through dimensions themselves, allowing Vergil to teleport, create devastating judgment cuts, summon spectral swords, and even separate human and demon halves, as we've seen when he became V in Unison in Devil May Cry 5. And by DMC 5, both brothers unlocked Sin Devil Trigger, massively increasing every aspect of their abilities. At this point, they're just no longer elite demon hunters. They're arguably the strongest beings in their universe, and that if you follow this strength, this category already starts separating these teams. So Inuyasha possesses incredible strength. He cuts through massive demons, destroys castles, splits cliffs, and overpowers monsters many times his own size, while Sesshomaru scales even higher. He can overpower elite yokai with ease. and his true demon form even pushes his physical strength even further. Those are impressive feats, but Dante and Vergil consistently battle creatures on a larger scale, a much larger scale. Across the series, they overpower colossal demons, destroy gigantic demonic structures, and defeat beings whose existence threatens both the human world and demon world. By Devil May Cry 5, both humans surpass Urizen, the very being who effortlessly defeated Dante earlier in the story, and whose power had grown from the Quaiflop fruit, and that's an enormous jump in power. Strength goes to Dante and Vergil, without a question, and then speed. This is probably the most deciding factor. Inuyasha and Sesshomaru are incredibly fast. They dodge arrows, react to lightning-like attacks, blitz demons before they can react, and move so quickly that they appear to vanish and create after images. Sesshomaru especially is often mistaken for teleporting due to his sheer movement speed. But Dante and Vergil simply don't move fast, they actually teleport. Vergil's trick movement and Yamato techniques allow instantaneously repositioning, while judgment cut attacks occur so quickly enemies often don't realize they've been struck until moments later. Dante matches his speed while combining trickster's mobility, aerial movement, gunplay, and sword combat simultaneously, and by DMC 5 the brothers fight routinely at speeds that overwhelm nearly every opponent they encounter. And again, this edge definitely goes to Devil May Cry's Dante and Vergil. So then durability and regeneration. This category is where both franchises shine. Inuyasha survives impalement explosions, crushing attacks, and devastating demon assaults. Sesshomaru takes incredible punishment while continuing to fight effortlessly, but Dante is one of the craziest healing factors in gaming. He's stabbed repeatedly, shot, exploded, impaled through the chest, crushed by a demon, and often respond by smiling or making jokes while instantly healing. And Vergil is no different. Despite years of abuse, multiple defeats, splitting his very existence into two, and nearly dying, he continuously returns stronger than before. Once Sin Devil Trigger enters the equation, their regeneration becomes almost absurd. Unless Inuyasha or Sesshomaru could somehow completely erase them before they regenerate, Dante and Vergil being put down permanently becomes incredibly difficult. So weapons and ability. So the Tessaiga is one of anime's greatest swords. It has the wind scar, the backlash wave. It can break barriers. It has energy absorption, adamant barrage, the Mido Zangetsu. It's incredibly versatile. Baku Saiga is even deadlier. One successful cut can continuously destroy an opponent from within until nothing within minutes. But Devil May Cry's arsenal is simply, Dante doesn't just simply wield one legendary sword. He continuously and constantly switches between devil arms, firearms, gauntlets, motorcycles, spears, and numerous combat styles. The Royal Guard allows him to absorb and redirect attack. The Sword Master expands his melee abilities. Gunslinger enhances his range combat. Trickster gives him unmatched mobility. And then Vergil counters with Yamato's dimension cutting, summon swords, doppelganger clones, teleportation, judgment cut in his own devil trigger form. Their versatility makes them incredibly difficult to predict or counter. So the final verdict. So this definitely is a stomp, and Dante and Vergil pretty much are going to give Inuyasha and Sesshomaru a hard time. They're among the strongest demon characters in anime and gaming, both characters on both sides. I think Sesshomaru definitely would give them a little trouble and maybe survive a little bit longer. However, Inuyasha will definitely be taken out easily by Dante or Vergil, depending on who's fighting who, and their durability is exceptional. Their experience spans centuries, but Devil May Cry just scales way higher. And by the end of Devil May Cry 5, Dante and Vergil have surpassed nearly every demon in their universe, including threats capable of endangering both the human and demon worlds, like Mundus, for example. Their speed is greater, their regeneration is stronger, their versatility is broader, their Devil Trigger and Sin Devil Trigger forms dramatically amplify their physical attribute, and Yamato's ability to manipulate space itself gives Vergil answers to many of the techniques that Sesshomaru and Inuyasha have. And if we're comparing Devil May Cry 3's versions, I'd say Dante and Vergil still win it would probably be a little bit of a tougher battle, but by DMC 5, the gap widens significantly, and Inuyasha falls first after an incredible first fight with Dante, while Sesshomaru probably pushes Vergil a little bit, forcing him to unleash his devil trigger, or ascend devil trigger. That's when it becomes inevitable and the Sons of Sparta stand victorious. So pretty much 9 times out of 10, Dante and Vergil win, with the Sons of Sparta being legends in the anime. This is what I think is what would probably happen in this power scaling video. The Sons of Sparta have simply reached a higher level of power. So what do you guys think? Let me know, and I will talk to you in the comment section. Peace.